Hi, I'm Harrington Benton. This is Total Team Control. Today on Total Team Control, we're going to talk about play realism in the Championship Electric Football League. The Championship Electric Football League is the most realistic electric football in the world. There are many factors that go into play realism. We're going to talk about that today. Let's take a look at a play ran by the Chicago Bears. This is out of the Chicago Bears playbook. Jay Cutler from the gun. Forte to his left against that Packer defense. Black 17. Black 17. Hut. Hut. Watch Forte on the carry. Hut. Hut. And there's Forte, and Forte is lit up on that play by A.J. Hawk. Coming through on the play. Busting up into that hole. Great play by A.J. Hawk. To corral Matt Forte before Forte can get going. He might have had a crack, he might have had a lane. But that linebacker came up into the play quickly and got the big hit on Matt Forte. And now let's analyze post-play what took place on that play and what made that play so realistic. Let's talk about the keys to realism in electric football and why the Championship Electric Football League is the best when it comes to play realism, and the other leagues around the country struggle to find the realism that we see every day in the Championship Electric Football League. A main key to achieving realism in regards to this post-play analysis is having identifiable players in electric football making plays from the positions that players should make plays in a football game. And as we scan the field, let's take a look here. Here's our cornerback who lined up in press coverage with outside leverage onto that receiver, number 80, Mariani. Beautiful coverage. Although it was a quick play, that corner is checking that receiver, and that receiver is being well covered and would have difficulty receiving a football at this point. He would have to clear in order to be in a position to receive the football. Here we can see the left defensive end in a battle with the right tackle and that wide tight end. And they take Kyrie Thornton out of the play. Continuing to move across the field, as you saw that linebacker drop into coverage and work with the corner on Mariani. Here's the safety. Remaining deep over the top. If Mariani was to escape, the safety would pick him up. Here we have one of the linebackers, one of the two inside linebackers. This linebacker actually dropped into coverage in an attempt to take away the middle of the field. And if you look across the backside of that Packer defense, you can see effectively the safety to the far side of the field, the linebacker dropping into coverage, to take away that hash. And your second safety, effectively a 3-deep coverage. And tight coverage underneath on both sides of the football field. Here, Alshon Jeffrey running about a 12 or 15 yard out route there has gotten away from Clinton Dix and has beaten the safety to the corner. If Jay Cutler was to have looked in that direction, that would have been a possible place to go, but you can't say that that coverage is actually too bad. But the realism comes from having players play their positions properly, players coming into the play, as we saw A.J. Hawk from that right inside linebacker position, come right up through that gap and lay a lick on Matt Forte. Here's that big nose tackle, very aggressive B.J. Raji coming right up the gut and giving Cutler pressure from up the middle. Peppers was handled by the blocking tight end. Here's Clay Matthews covering the flat area. Beautiful coverage by the Packers. Nice execution across the field. That is play realism in the Championship Electric Football League. The play doesn't get any more realistic. Other leagues across the country struggle to find this level of realism. Next play now. If you notice the Bears' offensive line, the Bears have gone into what is a pre-snap pocket formation. This is allowable in the Championship Electric Football League. But of course, defenses can point out to a ref that those linemen are not totally on the line of scrimmage, and the referee can go to those linemen and say, get up onto the line of scrimmage. But if the defense doesn't complain, the referee is rarely going to enforce that. So this is what's called a pre-snap pocket. The Packers, remaining in the 3-3-5, but changing alignments, disguising their coverages, have brought those two inside linebackers up to the line of scrimmage and are mugging those A-gaps. Here and here. While Raji continues to sit in that field side one technique, Packers suspecting a pass in this situation. What you're going to see is this is a split coverage alignment for the Packers. Clinton Dix, that far corner, and the safety over the top as they play cover 2. And we come to the near side, and again, you see quarters coverage over the top of the speed receiver, Mariani. The corner and safety playing in quarters coverage. You're going to see those inside linebackers, 75 and 50, are going to bail on the play. This is called blitz or bail. They're going to bail on the play, drop into pass coverage, and take away the middle of the field. They want to surprise Jay Cutler. If Jay Cutler comes to the center of the football field, those inside linebackers are going to bail into this area and look for the interception. In this particular play, the Bears are going to go to Alshon Jeffrey on a deep out. He's going to run a 10 or 12 yard out here against Ha Clinton Dix. Let's watch the play. Black 17. Black 17. Hut. Hut. And there's the play. And that pass is complete to Alshon Jeffrey. Again, noting the realism of play, that pass was completed to Alshon Jeffrey on that deep out. Cutler making a very nice, accurate throw out to Alshon Jeffrey on the catch. Alshon Jeffrey splits those defenders, gets behind Ha Clinton Dix, and gets in underneath the safety on that particular play and steps out of bounds after making the catch. That's about a 14 or 15 yard pickup. A beautiful, beautiful route ran by Alshon Jeffrey. An excellent throw by Jay Cutler. Let's look at the rest of the field. Look at that fullback picking up Julius Peppers. Here comes Clay Matthews on the play. Matt Forte unable to get a hand on Matthews. Clay Matthews bearing down on Cutler. But Cutler gets rid of the football and beats that cover two side of the football field to the far side. That's a big throw by Cutler. Let's look at the rest of the field. Here's Mariani. Mariani coming on a skinny post. The bang eight. The safety coming up to lay a lick on Mariani. You got a linebacker underneath, the safety over the top. There are those bailing linebackers that bailed out to take away the middle of the football field. Excellent play all over the football field. This is what makes play realism in electric football. Identifiable players coming from their proper positions on the football field and carrying out their responsibilities gives you the realism of play. Let's talk quickly about further realism in championship electric football. As we know, we don't tweak bases in this league. We think that base tweaking has destroyed electric football. Let's give you a quick example why. When you see a runner like Alshon Jeffrey covering distance on the football field, for his scale and his size that we know a human being on the football field runs across the white lines, the yard lines on the football field, he should be crossing those yard lines at a particular rate of speed that we see every day when we watch a football game on television. With tweaked bases, the players are moving too quickly and they're covering too much ground. It takes away from the realism in your mind's eye. That was a beautiful catch, a beautiful route ran by Alshon Jeffrey, giving the realism as the players execute at the proper speed. Hey, I'm Harrington Benton. Let's get out of here. This is championship electric football and total team control.